We're here in the Headland and Harbour ward with Independent Councillor Shane Moore. In full disclosure, Councillor Moore is standing in the road and I'm on the curb, so we've got a better height difference. Councillor Moore, thank you very much for the interview. I was going to berate you and say, can this council make living in Hartlepool more odious or more vexatious than bringing in parking charges to the Headland and Harbour? But now I understand that you didn't actually know anything about it, you and Councillor Fleming?
No, it was completely new to us until a few days ago, yeah.
So you didn't know anything at all about it, not one word?
No, unfortunately none of the public consultation was communicated to us, nor was it passed on to the parish council either.
But how can that be?
I don't know. I've had conversations with the Chair of Neighbourhood Services and Head of Enforcement over the past few days, and we're trying to build a clearer picture as to exactly what's happened, but I think there's just been a breakdown in communications, unfortunately.
I think that's very diplomatic. Now, let's try and understand the scope of the problem. We're in Darlington Street. Well, this is the start of it. How does this impact this area particularly?
Well, it's important to note that actually the residents who were consulted, the majority of them are actually in favour of the parking restrictions, and the problem seems to stem from the fact that whenever anybody's leaving the house and coming back, they're not able to get parked anywhere close to the house anymore because of business users, business vehicles, and also visitors to the businesses.
This is down on...
Down Darlington Street and Throston Street, yeah. But obviously on the flip side of that, you now have business owners who are understandably upset about it because they feel that it's going to cause problems with their businesses and their viability.
Which it is. Now, if I understand, the council are going to charge £350 per year for one vehicle, maximum of 2 vehicles. How can a small business sustain that?
Well, yeah, you're right. It's a large price for a business permit. The residential ones, the £20, I believe, or £10
so, like
per
people
vehicle.
in Darlington Street behind us,
yeah,
they'll have to have a permit for parking in front of their own homes.
for visitors, yeah.
And well, how does that work?
And you need to purchase an additional one should you want one for any visitors to the house, yeah.
And they're in favour of that?
Well, yes, because it guarantees that they're going to be able to park in front of their house whenever they go out.
So how is this going to get resolved?
As I said, I had a conversation with the chairman of neighbourhoods this morning, in fact, and we're going to be speaking again later this afternoon after another meeting. There seems to be a bit of confusion about the consultation periods, as I've already said. There's a general feeling that it wasn't publicised enough and that it wasn't widely consulted. Obviously, I've already said the parish council are quite upset that they weren't given the courtesy of being notified either. I think we just need to take a step back, reevaluate exactly what's gone on, ensure that the consultation has been looked at properly, it was followed correctly and all done legally. If there are any issues or concerns regarding that, then we need to go away, reevaluate it and try and come to a solution. I mean, I've just been speaking to the gentleman in the gym and also some of the residents there, and I think there's already a clear solution and quite an obvious one, but it just needs to be done correctly and watertight so that the residents are happy, businesses are happy, and the council are happy. It's
just an absolute nightmare in Seaton. Is that going to happen to Headland and Harbour?
I very much hope not, no. And actually that was one of the biggest concerns that the parish council had on Tuesday when they met, that the scheme here would set a worrying precedent for other areas of the headland. I think any kind of pay and display parking and things like that would be, or even permit parking on Northgate would be vehemently opposed by the majority of people. I know I can certainly speak for myself and Councillor Tim Fleming, but I'd probably say that Councillor McLaughlin would support the fact that we do not want any repeat of what's happened at Seaton on the headland. Now we're being brought up to speed as councillors, we're given the opportunity to feed in information and feedback that we've been given and make sure that the scheme's implemented correctly, and in a way that's going to work for everybody.
I know, but I mean, even the businesses now that have to have a business permit, why make it so egregious? Why is it so expensive? Can you not just modify it? Who thinks that £350 a year for one car is sustainable with a small business?
Yeah, I agree. But I think that price is just a town-wide price.
But why does it have to be? If you can make £350, why can't you do it just a nominal, £50 or £100?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. But as it currently stands, I believe that it would be double yellow lines down that side of the road anyway, which would take away any business bays anyway. I've spoken to the owners in there, in the gym. They've thankfully come to an arrangement in the meantime with the Headland Club to be able to use, their members are able to use their car park, which should help solve quite a few of the problems.
I know, but then you've got to know where to park and how to park and what's what and figure it all out. It is just another irritation to being in Hartlepool. Does the council not realise that?
Yeah, but at the same time, we have to take note of what the residents who live on the streets are asking for.
We're with Headland and Harbour business owner Steve Cotson, who's going to try and tell us the situation with these new parking charges from his perspective. Steve, what exactly, or how does this affect you particularly?
Well, to be honest, I come in one morning and we've seen these signs getting put up. Obviously, this was the first we were made aware of the issue. And obviously, when I spoke to the neighbours, they said that they already have their permits and they've already been informed. So it's basically underhanded how they've gone about the full situation. But for a small business, we have to pay £350 just to park outside our own business. We're only allowed 2 permits per business. It's not only that, our customers have got nowhere to park. Obviously, the traffic's now pushed onto the main road, which is obviously a health hazard, obviously, especially with children and stuff, which is affecting the other local businesses too. But when I've went round and spoke to everyone, there's only probably 5 or 6 people who've actually had letters. No one else is even aware of it. So we sort of been kept in the dark, and the permits have been put in place without we didn't even know how to apply for a permit.
We've just spoken with independent councillor Shane Moore, who's going to try and bridge the gap between the residents who are actually supporting the initiative and business owners like yourself, that it's going to be tough for you to survive with those charges, isn't it?
Definitely. I mean, I sympathise with the neighbours. It's not nice not being able to park outside your own house. I mean, it's going to lose a lot of custom. Most people, when they want to join the gym, say, have you got anywhere to park your car? And now really we haven't.
Can you see a solution to this yourself?
Well, yeah, I mean, I agree with the parking permit scheme. Obviously, like I said, the neighbours, it's not nice for them not being able to park the car. Obviously, I agree, on their side of the road, they've got enough to park 2 cars per house. But on our side of the road, it's left empty now because of the scheme. So obviously, all the traffic's pushed onto the main road, and there's just a roadside there left empty.
So if you did one side of the road and left the other side free, that might work?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So there's a lot of issues here. Let's hope the councillors can get together with the council, because obviously the councillors in Headland and Harbour didn't know anything about it. Let's hope they can get together and resolve this, and we'll tell you how it goes when we get the next update.